and it's off. To start with, as I said, we're going to do some shoulder work. So I would like you just to sit as comfortably as you want to be, or you can kneel, whatever works for you best. And to start with, simply want you to notice how your body's feeling. So lifting the arms, don't force them, just take them as far up as they'll go. And for me, that's about as far as I can take them without feeling some impingement. Sorry, just got a dell joining. And take them down again. So just do that again, lifting up. Hello, Adele. Just join in when you like. We're starting with some shoulders, just sitting or kneeling, however comfortably, or whichever position is most comfortable for you. And we're just noticing where we can take our arms to. So for me, it's not particularly high without lifting and crunching. So I would like everyone to bend their elbow just in front of their waist and hold on to your deltoid. And that deltoid is the bit, like on the suit of armor, the top lot of muscles. And all I want you to do is open and close the arm. So you can waft it nice and gently. It's not an exercise, it's just a shoulder release. And the shoulder is the most mobile joint in the body. The ball bit of the ball and socket, as per the hip, the ball bit is much larger than the socket. And from there, as you take the arm to the side, just pull that deltoid ever so gently into the body and brush it away as the arm comes across you. So we're trying to, almost like a snooker cue in a chalk tuck thing, move the arm and start getting the muscles moving around the joint and the arm itself. So differential movement, the muscles, the tendons, and everything moving and sliding across each other. And then move down to the bicep. And again, you can swirl that over the arm towards the body as you take the arm out and away from the body as you take it in. So nice and gentle, just noticing those muscles and all the squidgy bits moving around. And then let the arm hang. And you might feel already it feels a little bit looser than the other side. Go back to the deltoid and lift the arm up. And as you lift the arm up, just brush the muscle towards the neck and then brush it away as you lower the arm. And again, lifting up, pull it in. And this technique is all from the Franklin Institute, which is a world-renowned mind-body Pilates corporation. They're backed up with a load of science. They use imagery and movement to really feel differences in the body and the makeup. And then just let that arm hang. And take it out to the side and take it up to your ears without lifting the shoulder. And I personally have got so much more movement on that side. So let's go and do the other side because you don't want to be imbalanced. Just holding on to your deltoid area. And again, just a few open and closes without doing anything. And it's really nice if you've got the time to do this exercise or bit of self-massage really, and then start pulling the muscle towards you as the arm goes out and away as it comes across you. So it's good to do this before you do anything that really involves the shoulders, any exercise, any painting, decorating, whatever. Really getting the differential movement of the muscles, tendons, allowing them to slide and allow everything to move and work. As I said, it's a very complex joint, the shoulder, moving down to the bicep. So that's why we need to work on the core as well, to make sure we don't always rely on that shoulder joint because it's so unstable, because it has to do so much range of movement, up and down, across, round, swiveling. Just a couple more. We want it to work loosely, and then we're lifting the arm and drawing the deltoid towards the neck as the arm comes up and brushing it away as it comes back down. Just a couple more. Final time. Pulling it up and brushing it away. And then again, notice both arms hopefully being a bit looser, and just try and lift that arm we've worked. And again, personally, I can feel a little bit more movement and more mobility in that side, which is my more rigid side. So it's good to notice these things, and hopefully that's interesting for you. We'll continue with the shoulders. So if you're comfy where you're sitting, stay there, otherwise move to where you are. And we'll just have arms straight out in front of you. And you want to think about the scapula, the big bones at the back, just drawing towards each other and kissing at the bottom bit. They won't meet, but it's that intention. And then slide them around your body to pull your arms away. So just the retraction and protraction we do many times, trying to keep the upper shoulder from lifting. We don't want to be hunching forward. Everything's long and low, getting that mobility through the back of the shoulder. That's it, looking nice. Keeping the body nice and still, simply focusing on getting movement through the back of the shoulder and through the joints. That's it. One more. And then to finish off the shoulder section to start with, again, arms bent in front of you, just slightly proud of the ribs, and those elbows stay where they are. So we're going to breathe in to slide the arms open, breathe out, lift the elbows in line with the wrists. Breathe in, take the elbows behind and do a nice Kate Winslet Titanic, and breathe out, give yourself a hug. And back to the start. So breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, and you're getting that lovely back extension, and then flexion forward, giving yourself a hug. That's it, nice. Full range of motion. Getting some extension through the back and the shoulder blades through the body as you flex forward as well. Two more. Breathing in, breathing out. Really big, deep breath to open everything out, and then a really big exhale to hug, reach forward. Final time. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, that's it, and curling forward. Lovely. Then sitting up like we did last week, for those that were here or might have seen the video, find your sit bones and literally, again, just fold forward with the arms and then take them up and just extend the heart to the ceiling. So getting a little bit more flexion and extension through the upper back. Breathing out to curl forwards, breathing in, and breathing out to curl forwards. This time as you breathe in, slide the tailbone away a little bit so you're just slightly further back and coming forward. Opening the arms, sending the tailbone a little bit underneath you and forwards. Almost like full body circles, really. Again, using the arms, starting to engage the abdominals a little bit more. Final time. And then curling forward, sitting up, holding onto the backs of your thighs. This time, sending the tailbone away, drawing in through the tummy button to spine to take yourself slowly, slowly, slowly down to the mat. So if you need to shuffle forward, get yourself comfy again. Nothing behind your head when you get down there, but you can give your head and neck a little lengthen away. Arms loosely by your sides, and we will pelvic tilt for sure to continue and finish warming up. So breathing out, curling the pubic bone towards you, just so you can slide a piece of paper under your bum, and breathing in to come back down. And again, you want to think about the shoulders nice and wide, the big scapula at the back and the lower ribs firmly earthed on the mat. Trying to keep the knees from robbing too much. At the end of a long day, it's difficult to control, and gradually working up through the body. So breathing out, curl the pubic bone towards you, peeling up to lower ribs. Breath in to hold, breathing out, softening through the body. Imagine it's melting through the spine to the mat beneath. And bra strap level, breathing out, curling up, holding it for a nice deep breath in, and breathing out, sinking through the front of the body, aiming to get the upper back, middle back, and lower back down, keeping the pubic bone curled till that very last moment when it has to straighten out. And let's bring the arms into it as well. Breathing out, peeling off, coming up to the base of the scapula. Protract those arms up to the ceiling so those scapula reach forward. Leave them there as you soften through the chest on your exhale. Melting the body through from front to back until the pubic bone has to uncurl, and you can circle the arms around by your sides, ready to go again. So breathing out, peeling off, curling that pubic bone towards you, keeping it curled as you breathe in at your highest point, reaching the arms for the ceiling. Breathing in, hold it there, breathing out, soften through the chest, melt the body down, upper back, middle back, lower back, the very last time, and circle your arms around by your sides. Hillary, you can bring your feet in a little bit closer to your bottom to give you a little bit more room to move. We'll do one more, breathing out, peeling off, taking the arms up with you, reaching, reaching, reaching. Breathing out, softening through the chest, peeling down piece by piece. Keep the arms where they are. Draw them into the shoulder socket so the whole back of the shoulder is back on the mat. Turn the palms away, and we'll go into our arm and leg slide. So opposite arm and leg, sliding away, breathing out to come back. And of course, the challenge as always is to keep things as slow as possible, so you have to work at controlling everything, keeping the body as stable as possible, especially the non-working leg. You want to keep that engaged. And you just slide along the mat, breathing out, drawing those abdominals into the body to bring the leg and arm back. That's it. So breathing in to extend, breathing out, think tummy button drawing into the body, into the mat. Little pause at the top where both knees are bent and arms are up before changing sides, so you can really control everything. You want to make sure your ribs don't arch off the mat. The shoulders stay nice and wide and placed. That's it. Trying to keep the arms as straight as you can. So if you can't reach the mat behind you, don't worry. Just take the arm where it will go. And just a couple more. Really use your breath. Breathing in to extend, breathing out to come in. Final set. Keeping the lower back onto the mat, and then hug the knees into the body just for a moment to think. And then we're going to do both arms and legs but very slow and controlled. So breathing in, take the arms to the ceiling, toes tap to the floor. Extend away so you're lying nice and long and stretched. And then breathing out, tummy button to spine. Draw those feet in along the mat, along the floor, and the same with the arms until you have to lift and hug them into the body. So really thinking like little toe taps down and then slide away. And you really have to control using those abdominal tummy button to spine to make sure the back doesn't arch off the mat, keeping the ribs down. So very subtle movement. Deep muscles will be working here. That's it, lovely. That's it, Adele. And also notice maybe one leg actually leads a bit. So really try and keep the knees glued together so both legs have to work at the same pace. So you're hugging your knees in, extending the arms to the ceiling, toes to the floor, extending away as you breathe in. Breathing out, tummy button, spine. Oh, I'm having to work really hard. Draw the feet and knees back into the body. Do one more. And then finish with your knees hugged in. Again, for a moment's breather while we all catch up with each other. And from there, you'll notice again, like last week, the lower back is nicely placed on the floor. Keep it there. Arms down by your side. Keep the back down, and you do that by thinking tummy button through the spine, taking your knees slightly further away from the body for our toe taps. So you want to squeeze the bottom of the toe that's tapping down all the time, thinking in through the tummy button to stop the back from arching off the mat. You really want to keep that imprint. So if you can't hold it there with the knees further away, bring them slightly closer to the body and think about taking the lower leg further away. And again, breathing in to tap down, breathing out to return. Really keeping your focus through that center, getting the deep transversus muscles engaged, keeping you strong. Any arching of the back, just bring the knees in closer, reset yourself up. And of course, keeping those shoulders relaxed, breathing, 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 always breathing. Good. One more set on each side. And then hug your knees in if you need to. And then taking the knees wide apart, toes together. Again, what we did last week, trying to get some continuity. And again, tapping down. So really engaging through the abdominals. And the knees turned out to the side, little frog legs, just tapping down. The feet can be nice and soft. If you get any cramping, just loosen them off, do a little wiggle, reset yourself up. So again, breathing in to tap down, breathing out to come back up. Keeping those toes pointing towards each other, knees out to the side. One more in each leg. That's it. So keeping the body nice and stable. Then we'll start with the right leg and we'll do 3 taps down. 3, 2, keeping the other leg up. 1, and extend that leg away. And then the other side. So 3, 2, 1, and extend it away. All the time you're having to work those abdominals back to the first leg for 3, and then straighten it so you're getting some stretch through the leg. Keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed. That's it. And to the other side, keeping those abs down, keeping that back placed on the mat. Good. Final set on each side. That's it. Lovely. And then a brief hug of the knees in, just to take the edge off. Extend those legs away. You can keep them quite high if you want. Again, depending on how you can keep your back down. And we'll do Peter Pan legs. So one knee bends, one leg comes out to the side, and then you straighten and change legs. So imagine you're on the wires at the London Palladium in Panto. It could be Tinkerbell if you want. And it's quite hard work having to control both legs and having to think about bending one and straightening the other. That's it. So the knee that bends is turning out to the side. That's it. Lovely. Other way, Sandra. That was it. You were right the first time. Good. Just a couple more. It's almost a little bit of fun. And then hug your knees in. And again, re-notice that imprint. So the back is engaged, the shoulders are wide. Take the knees slightly further away until you have to really work hard to keep the back down. And we'll do double toe taps. Again, keeping the shoulders relaxed. So breathing out this time to tap down, breathing in to come back up. Because it's really hard work to keep the back from arching, keeping the ribs from popping up. Knees stay glued together. And again, if it's too much on the back, just keep the knees closer to the body. And of course, have a little rest whenever you need to. Do one more and finish with those feet on the ground. Separate them into hip width apart, hands behind your head, and we'll curl up. So breathing out, sliding the ribs down, keeping the pelvis flat. Don't curl up, and breathing in to take the upper body down. So that's keeping the pelvis down, not anything else. So breathing out to curl up, breathing in to place yourself down. And remember, the elbows are wide. You're not pulling on your neck. You can press your head into your hands to avoid that. And you can also think about pressing the feet into the mat. So you get full sort of chain reaction up your back as you're doing that lovely curl up. So breathing out to curl forward, breathing in to lie back down, keeping the knees pointing to the ceiling. That's it, lovely. Breathing out. So keep it nice and slow and controlled. Think about that differential movement that we had through the shoulder, the very first thing we were doing. Those muscles are sliding. That's it. Lovely. Good. Two more. And on your last one, breathing out, curling up. Hold it there. Bring your legs into tabletop one at a time. Angle them slightly further away. And we're going to do really fast toe taps. So just tapping down. So we're trying to keep the body stable. And we're working the legs, keeping breathing, keeping the abdominals, digging through the body into the mat for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Roll back down to the mat, hug the knees in, and we will move on to hip rolls. So slightly open your arms and turn the palms to the ceiling. Angle your knees away from you. You can have feet down if it's too much. And we're going to breathe in, take the knees over to one side, breathing out, bring them back to center. If you want to challenge, obviously extend one leg, Caroline, or both legs if you want to work with legs long. Breathing in to over one side, breathing out to come back to center. So lots of different opportunities. But if you notice your knees are separating and not staying in line, just go to the point where they will stay glued together. And again, think ribs down, tummy button drawing into the body, shoulders relaxed. That's good. So breathing in to take the knees to one side, keeping as much of the back of the shoulders both sides on the mat as you can as you rotate. So more, don't go so far. You're just trying to take the hips and the knees over rather than lift the body. That's better, good. Wonderful. Couple more. That's it, Sandra. Then feel free, hug your knees in, have a moment's breather to reevaluate. Certainly think about getting the backs of the shoulders nicely placed. Then you can put your feet down, again, separate to hip width apart. We're just moving on to bridging. So we'll start with some nice standard ones just to feel the movement. Think breathing out, narrowing at the hips, lifting into that long line. So ribs in line with pelvis, in line with knees, and then at the crease of the leg and the pelvis come straight down. So no curling like the pelvic tilt, just narrow squeeze and lift as you breathe out. Shoulders relaxed and breathing in to come down. All the time you're thinking those muscles, the transversus and your rectus abdominis, coming together and knitting forward. If you get cramp, like I've just got, you can take your feet closer to your body. Or if it's really bad, walk it off. So breathing out, narrow and lift, that's it, good. Breathing in, place yourself down. That's it, Adele, good. Good, one more standard one. And as long as you're feeling happy too, we'll move on to Pilates. What are we doing? Bridging. Oh, Lordy. So coming up, lifting one leg and I'm peeling it to the ceiling, or if you want to, just lift it, really don't mind. And then lower for 3, 2, 1. If it's a long leg, that's the ceiling. Bum comes down, foot comes down, ready to go again. Breathing out to lift. Unpeel to the ceiling and lower for 3, 2, 1. Back to the ceiling, bum comes down, foot comes down, and continue. So you're having to work the bum on the standing leg. You're trying to keep tension out of the shoulders. And again, make it as smooth as you can. That's it, nice rhythm, breathing out to lift, extend the leg to the ceiling and lower and lift for 3, 2, 1. Back to the ceiling, bum comes down, foot comes down, and the other side, good. That's it, Ali, keep squeezing the bum, that's looking good. Good, Sandra. Try and take tension out of the shoulders, everybody. That's it, Hannah. One more. And then finish your last one once you've balanced yourselves up on both sides. Oh, so strong, Caroline, lovely. Then we will just extend one leg to the ceiling and we'll do single leg bridges. So breathing out for 10, 9, 8, and 7, and 6, and 5, perfect, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. So bend your knee, foot down, and we'll do the other side. So extend that leg to the ceiling, and then lift and lower for 10, 9, 8. So you're working that standing bottom side, trying to come up as high as you did the first time each one. And 5, and 4, good, and 3, and 2, and 1, and coming back down. Hug your knees in if you need to, stretch out if you need to. So the next set of exercises, make sure you have room behind you because we're going to do rollover where we take our legs over our head if you're feeling happy to do so today. If you're not, we're going to start with the preparation anyway, and or you could do some rolling like a ball, whatever you're comfortable with. So I want to make sure you've got padding and nothing behind you that you're going to hit. So let's start with the prep, which I always find much harder than the real thing, always have done. Easiest to cross your ankles, slightly bent knees. You can press your arms into the floor to help you. Want to think pelvic tilt, so curling the pubic bone towards you, and then just lifting through your abdominals to lift your lower body up off the mat. It can be a tiny thing. You can bring the knees towards you to help a little bit as well. But you want to think up to the ceiling and trying to keep the shoulders and the upper end nice and relaxed, which I find nigh on impossible, but it's worth a try. That's it. Oh, good, Hilary. That's it, Caroline. That's it, Adele. Try not to use too much momentum, everyone, but that's brilliant, Sandra. Good, Hannah. That's it, Maud. That's it, Debbie. Thinking upwards as well. Good. Well done, Ali. And relax. I think that's hideous, but that's the strength that we need to take our legs away. Does anyone not want to do rollover? Okay, Ali, no worries. So you can keep doing that, or if you want to just do some rolling like a ball, or just find your balance point. The other thing you can do is just sit tall and do the half roll backs, rolling back to the mat, because all of that is knitting this, exactly the same muscles we'll be using for this rollover exercise. So pick your poison. Everybody else, if you want to do this, we lie down, bring your legs into tabletop, glue them together and extend them away. And as you breathe in, you take them to the ceiling. You can press into the mat as you take the legs overhead, only as far as you're comfortable. You're going only onto your shoulders. You should be able to move your neck. And if you can, tap down to the floor, separate the legs, engage the abdominals, and slowly, 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 slowly rolling back down to the mat. And legs come back together. So up to the ceiling, over, tap the floor if you can. I can't. Separate, rolling down, piece by piece by piece, and extending the legs away. let me watch. Good. Lovely, Hannah. That's it, Sandra. Oh, well done, Maud. Lovely, Caroline. That's it, Ali. Aim the lower back to the mat, then upper back, middle back, then upper back. Good. Well done, Debbie. Good. Yes, Hilary. Good. It's because I watched you. Adele, do some rolling like a ball. That was working well, just using a bit too much momentum. One more for whatever you're doing if you wish. Lovely. Oh, Caroline, that's brilliant. And then lie back down. Hug your knees in. Because we're going to work again, sort of upside down. But there is options if you don't want to work on your shoulders. You can stay lying down. I'm going to do the pattern of scissors with the legs and then circles with the legs and then bicycle with the legs. So if you don't want to come up onto your shoulders, you can work lying down with your knees slightly bent. Or if you can straighten them, keep them up nice and high towards the ceiling. If you want to come up onto your shoulders, same thing. You can bend your legs, come up onto the shoulder, make sure you can move your neck. And then you sort of sit into your hands. So you're in a sort of, that's it, Maud, lovely, a long position. And then extend the legs nice and straight. So it's hard work being up here, but it's good. It feels nice. That's it. So you really don't want to be on your neck, you want to be on your shoulders. And then we scissor the legs. So 2 pulses and change. And you're trying to get the legs equidistant from each other. And at any point, if you need to readjust, come down from your shoulders, have a breather and reset yourself up because it's really important. You need to be safe. So if that's not working for you, come down and work nice and flat on the mat. And it's easier to get movement through the legs with bent knees. So that's it. Those of you up on your shoulders, fantastic. Good. And then let's scissor. So we do our scissor and helicopter. So open the arms, open the legs out to the side, scissor and scissor, circle around the other way. Scissor and scissor, open and round. Keeping the legs as straight as you can if you're up on your shoulders. Keeping the neck relaxed. That's it, Maud. Lovely. One more set. And then change it to bicycle. So we're really trying to touch the ceiling with the feet, bending the knees. Oh, hard work. I can't do it. There we go. Good. Everyone who's lying flat, really keep those tummy buttons engaged and then reverse the direction. You can flex the feet. Oh, it's a full workout. Hopefully you're feeling a little bit sweaty by now. And nearly there, a couple more. Good, fantastic. Then relax a little bit. So hug your knees into your body, roll down nice and gently and have a rest. That was brilliant to watch. Fantastic, guys. So impressed. Oh God, I need a rest. Let's roll over onto our sides and we'll start setting ourselves up for success. So if you can, nice long underneath arm. Again, if you want a cushion or pillow or pad underneath that arm and your head, do feel free to use it. Really think about drawing that underneath arm down. So you've got shoulder over shoulder, hip over hip, and underneath waist drawing up. We'll start with our double leg lift. So breathing out, lift and hover the legs, lift the head, look at the floor to avoid any neck strain. Breathing in to place yourself down. Breathing out, lift. If you want a hand in front for balance, please do use it. Nice and slow and controlled. So if you've got any pain in the lower back, just angle the legs slightly further forward. And I'm looking for people rolling backwards as they lift. Ali, actually, you can roll slightly further forwards when you're down on the mat. That's it. That looks a bit more challenging. Lovely, Adele. Adele, again, just keep things a little bit slower. Sandra, if I were you, I'd just focus on lifting the legs rather than the head as well. Keeping them nice and straight. Hannah, that's lovely. Debbie, that looks really smooth. That's it. Lovely. That's it, Maud. Good, Hilary. One more. And then a favorite bottom leg lift. So lifting the top leg to hip height, keeping it there. Give that top hip a bit of a push away so you've got some length. And then you're squeezing up the inner thigh of the underneath leg and lowering that leg down. Really trying to keep the top leg from lowering at all. So you want to think lengthening away. And it's just a nice lift and lower of that underneath leg. Slow and controlled. Yes, that'd be good. That's it, Caroline. Yes, Hannah, that's it, Sandra. Really nice. Maud, I think you're rolling backwards a little bit as you lift. Just angle yourself slightly further forward to start. That's better. Everybody's shoulders nice and relaxed. Good. One more. And then turn the feet out so the heels are together. You're balancing on your bottom leg toe, if that makes sense. We'll do our développé. So draw the top foot in towards the body. Heel comes down, knee comes into the body. Extend it to the ceiling, flex the foot, and squeeze the inner thigh to bring it back to the start. So draw it in, foot down, knee in, extend. We can always pretend we're in Hot Gossip or something like that. Those of us who are old enough. Again, you all make it look so simple. Now the creaks and crunches I've got going on in my leg. That's it, nice and smooth, lovely, Ali. That's it. Good. Wonderful. Final time. And flex. Oh, really working them. And then coming up to sitting. We will start side planks from the sitting position. So cross the top leg over the underneath leg, knees together. Think drawing the underneath waist up, 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 up until you have to lift the body. and not sinking into the shoulders, nice and proud, and then down again. So the knees are pretty much on top of each other. We're just politely crossed at the ankle like the Queen, and down. And if you want more of a challenge, you can take your arm out to the side and we'll do the full one. So thinking, squeezing the thighs together, arm comes up. You can stay sitting down and doing the first one, depending what level you wish to work at tonight. Do not compare yourself to anybody else if you're watching everybody. Work with how your body is. One more basic. That's it. And down. And then we'll add a side twist as well. So for those of us coming up, I'll come to those sitting down in a moment. Send your bottom behind you and up. And aim the hand to the floor behind. And unpeel. And coming back down again. So it's the same principle if you're sitting, coming up onto your knees. Send your bum behind you and upwards, and you're just twisting underneath, nice and slowly to avoid injury, and coming back down again. And if it's too much on the wrist, you can stay down on your forearm, exactly the same way. One more set, whatever version you're doing. Fantastic. And coming down. And when you've finished, I saw that flump, Hannah. Roll over onto your front. We'll do the other side in 2 seconds. We will do an arrow because it's so nice. So allow the shoulders to roll forward. And then think about the scapula kissing together to lift them off the mat, sliding down your back to hover the arms to reach fingers for toes, breathing in as you rotate in the shoulder joint to turn the thumbs to the ceiling, and breathing out to come back down to the mat. So breathe in, the shoulders lift because those scapula are drawing together to kiss. Breathing out, reach fingers for toes. Breathing in, rotating the shoulder joint, thumbs to the ceiling, and breathing out, coming back down to the mat. And again, breathing in to start. That's it. Really think about the scapula, the big shoulder blades at the back, doing the work, lifting the arms, keeping in that long, low hover. Oh, perfect. Hilary, just keep your chin nodded slightly. That's it. Lovely, Sandra. That's it, Adele. Nice, Caroline. Lovely, low, Debbie. Brilliant. Everyone just think crown of the head reaching away. That's gorgeous. That's it. Coming down one final time. And then from there, we'll do the same thing, but you're going to lift the shoulders, reach the fingers away, so you're hovering the upper body, and then take the arms in front of you as if you were doing swimming, but we do chicken wings, so drawing the scapula down the body and then extending forward. So you're drawing the elbows close into the body. You're having to work quite hard, so you get squeeze of the bottom, tummy button drawing in. You feel your pubic bone nice and earthed onto the mat. Doing a few more because it's quite challenging. That's it. Lovely. 2 more. And then relax and roll over onto the side that you haven't worked. So we're thinking arm lengthening away underneath us. Legs just where you can see them. Remember, drawing the underneath shoulder down towards the body, underneath waist, drawing away from that, breathing out, lift, breathing in to lower back down. So again, hand in front for balance if you need to, trying to control everything so you don't roll forward or back on that lift. Keeping those legs glued together, allowing the feet just to be. Trying to keep everything relaxed while using the core to lift both ends of your body. That's lovely. Good, Ali. That's it, Hilary. Very nice. Lovely, Maud. That's it, Sandra. Good, Debbie. One more. And then we're lifting that top leg to hip height. Again, give the top hip a little bit of a push away and squeeze and lift and lower the bottom leg. And again, the feet are just happen to be at the end of your legs. They're not leading or doing anything. They're just there. Keeping the shoulders nice and relaxed, keeping that top leg up, having to work hard against gravity, whilst getting our other leg to do some work independently. Relaxing the shoulders. That's it, Caroline, great. And two more. And after that last one, turning into little Charlie Chaplin. So you're resting on the toes of the underneath leg, other toes pointing to the ceiling. Develop a, draw the leg, foot in towards the body, foot down, knee in, extend away, squeeze the inner thigh to take it down. And again, it's good to notice whether this side is easier to move than the other, or whether it's a little bit more challenging to get the coordination. That's it. All the time, keeping the tummy button engaged to get those abs, keeping everything safe, keeping the leg turned out so the knee is always turning away from the floor. That gives the extra factor. That's it. Good. God, you've all got such nice legs. Two more. Brilliant. Final time. And then we move on to our side plank. So either staying down on your forearms or hands, knees together, lifting with the underneath waist to lift and lower down, or the full plank, whichever you want to do. Coming to that nice long line, keeping the legs glued together, arm to the ceiling and down. And if you find you have a lot of pressure through the wrist, think about taking the weight further onto the fingers. That's it. And then we can add the twist as well. So coming up, think about bottom going behind and then up to take the rotation of the ribs and the arm behind you, and unpeeling again. So whatever version you're doing, nice and slowly. That's it. That's it, Debbie. Lovely. Oh, you're rocking that, Sandra. Good, Hannah. Well done, Adele. That's it, Caroline and Ali. Good, good, Hilary. Nice movement. One more. Yes, Maud, lovely. And then coming back down as if things couldn't get any worse. We're going to do our little cardio section to finish off and finish on a high and to get up and down from the mat. So I've blatantly stolen this from a teacher I follow. I really liked it. So anyway, I'm going to sit back on our heels to start with. And we'll do a little bit of stretching within it as well. So all I want you to do is think about squeezing the bottom to come up and then sitting back down. You can start getting your arms involved if you want. Squeezing to come up and sitting down. 3. So a lot of bum and hamstring. Final time. And then this time as we squeeze, we're going to scoot the right leg forward and come back down. And then change. So you're trying to stay as stable and controlled as possible. She says swooping from one side. And depending if you've got any pelvis imbalance like I have, that's where the challenge comes, because it's not easy for the changeover to happen. That's looking good. This time we're going to step forward and just come up to standing and back down again onto the mat. And the other side, so step and up and down and down. And again, step and up and down and down. Good. And other side, step and up and down and down. Adding some balance this time. So we're going to step and stand. And if you can, take your foot off, reach forward, 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 and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the back knee, come back down to the mat. Final squeeze. Step forward, up. Tummy back. Oh, blimey. Tummy button to spine. Too late. Reaching forward, think length through the fingers, through the toes. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step back and kneel. Oh, so that was a hideous way to end, wasn't it? But let's squeeze the bum and we can stretch out. Just reach back for your heels if you can. So you're getting a lovely stretch through the thighs. Oh, breathe. Not the most elegant. We're all in good company. Coming up. And then take that step forward. Same thing, opening up the front of the hip in a slightly different position. So we've worked a lot with the legs as well as the shoulders. Then sit back. So you're getting a stretch up the back of the front leg. You can put your fingers on the mat if you want and direct your breath into the back of your leg. Good. Then to unpeel, come back to kneeling, change sides. So just lunge forward this time. Feel that nice hip flexor stretch. Good, breathing, breathing, breathing. And then again, send your bum up and back to get the nice hamstring stretch through those legs at the front. Breathing, breathing, breathing. A few seconds more. Unpeel yourself. Come back down to the mat. And just to finish, hug an arm across the body, losing any tension, relaxing, and then change sides. As always, you've worked really hard tonight. I'm so impressed by how well you do. It's lovely to watch. And relax. I will stop the recording